Alright guys, welcome back to this St Pölten series. Today's game will be the home game against FC Wacker Innsbruck. But let's have a look at the table and how we've got on in the past three fixtures. Okay, we're still hanging on to fourth with just under a quarter of the season gone, looking good for the famed fourth place trophy. If we beat Wacker Innsbruck today, then we will leapfrog them into third. That would be absolutely awesome. But in terms of the start, it's been pretty damn decent. Bearing in mind most of our team is probably about mid-table standard, so to be fourth with as I've said, just under a quarter of the game's gone, that represents a very decent start. Languishing at the bottom, we've got Rapid Vienna, SV Grodig, Wolfsberger and SV Ried. The Vienna club's not doing so well, but I'm sure they'll come good later on in the season, and we're going to have a job on our hands to keep them at bay if we want to finish where we are currently. So let's go on to the fixtures now. First game after the Salzburg livecom was a scrappy 1-0 win against SV Ried. SV Ried had gone into this game losing all of their first 6 matches, so we're on a mission, and it was very difficult to hold them back. I cannot believe we actually managed to do it, and if you take a look at the stats here, we had the majority of the possession, but they did create more sort of clear-cut openings and chances, so it was a very lucky 1-0 win against a team who hadn't scored a single point. I guess the SV Ried manager was reciting some Shakespeare before the game in a bid to get his team motivated. It just wasn't working for him. Then a surprise 1-0 defeat against Kapfenberger, who was so much more powerful and dominant than I thought they would be, having just come up. They were all over us. Most of the highlights, most of the chances were Kapfenberger chances. We didn't really get a say in how the game was being played out, and we were comfortably beaten, to be honest, much to my surprise. And finally, a 1-1 draw away at Wolfsberger, a little bit disappointing because we absolutely bruised them, played them off the park, restricted them to one shot on target, and that shot happened to go in. Poor positioning from the keeper, as our sort of normal keeper, Riegler, was injured. Put at the 17-year-old in goal, as he's our backup keeper, but we didn't finish our chances really, and that proved costly in terms of the result that we got from that game. We really should have got 2 more points. Transfer news then, obviously bigger clubs have come sniffing in for Martin Herrera. He wanted to leave. He is an absolute traitor. He's gone to Crotone in Serie C, not even second tier Italian football. Third tier Italian football is apparently better than top tier Austrian football. So we got 600k for him, decent deal. We got him on a free, so we are rolling in profit there. Edin Ibrahimovic also wanted to leave. We sold him for 100k to SV Mattersburg. Decent deal yet again. I'm not going to want to sell my players unless I get quite a lot of money out of them. In terms of who's hot and who's not in recent games, I'd say Matthias Casali's impressed me. He's come in the midfield as our deep-lying playmaker and has shored up the midfield. I played Stankovic in 1 or 2 of the games where we hadn't done so well, and it just seemed he wasn't really cut out defensively. He wasn't really willing to do the dirty work, whereas Casali is a bit more willing to do that. So I think he's a better option in the deep-lying playmaker role. A good alternative to playing Hofbauer there, who's obviously more naturally a wide player. Having said that, Stankovic is in decent form. As you can see, I'm training him to be a left attacking midfielder. This is because I want him to be an inside forward. This will allow Eric Lang, my other central attacking midfielder, slightly younger, still got 5-star potential. That will allow him to play in central attacking midfield and influence the game a bit more. I think the inside forward role is the best for Stankovic because his physicals are very good. 17 pace, he's going to cause absolute mayhem to defences with that pace. It's also not so much a role that's too reliant on mental stats, which as a 19-year-old he's not too developed in. Having looked at his stats, I thought that's what I wanted to do, to accommodate Eric Lang in the middle. So hopefully that works out. Anyway, on with today's game. At home to Wacker Innsbruck. We're going 4-2-3-1 here. I'm going to put Pugashan back to the advanced forward role, as Poacher wasn't really working too well for him. I'm going to bring in Kobe Arthur on the right wing because every time I put him there, he's done some damage. Hofbauer keeps his place on the left. Cisse, ball-winning midfielder. Casali, deep-line playmaker. And it's pretty much as you were for the back four. In terms of the bench, I'm going to keep it as it is as well. So we're going to go with that team. They're also lining up with the same formation. So I think the winner of this game is going to be determined by who has the more quality and who performs better out of the two sets of players. So this is a pretty important game. If we can leapfrog Innsbruck and go third, then that would be awesome. So let's see what we can do here at home to potentially a European rival, in terms of finishing in the top 4 spots in the league. And we're away, and no highlights as of yet. Seems to be the two teams very much cancelling each other out so far. Similar number of attempts on goal. And here we go, we've got a highlight now. Casali laying it off to Zidic. Now finds Cisse. We're playing it around the back fairly comfortably, but there's no real link between the back and the front line as of yet. Hofbauer's holding it up, finds Stankovic in the middle. He's going to take it wide. Finds Hofbauer, and that's going to get intercepted. And Luxbacher now can break for Innsbruck as he runs down the right hand side. Finds Stark. Steiner now. And Innsbruck continue this attack. And Luxbacher's probably going to whip a ball in. Fuchs missed the header. And that's a corner kick, well defended in the end. We could have done more to prevent the cross, but now we've got to deal with the corner. Liendel's going to whip the ball in, and it's dealt with by Zidic. And Luxbacher will get the rebound. Liendl will put another ball in. Steiner on the edge of the box, and it's deflected for another corner. Nervous times here, as we've not really gotten a foothold in this game. It's been very even. Stankovic now will latch onto the ball as we break here. And Stankovic just holding it up, trying to play in Cisse, but Vacour has intercepted. And that will probably be the end of the highlights for the first half. It's been very dull, extremely even. I'm going to tell them we can still come out with the win. Okay, and we're off. We've got another highlight. 47 minutes, so fairly early into this second half. Maybe the Innsbruck manager has really sort of ripped into his players, got them fired up, but not on that evidence. The ball's given away to Cisse. It's Pogashan now. Can he put anyone in? No, he decides to hold the ball up. Now he plays in Stankovic, who's one-on-one with the keeper, and it's a good save. And we have a corner now. Can we make this count? Stankovic is going to whip in the ball, and Fuchs gets on the end, and it's just over the bar. This 0-0 finally sort of springing into life here as we get another highlight. Schmidt launching the ball up to Stankovic. Minviel getting caught out of position. I'm going to probably try to instruct the fullbacks to not sort of dive into tackles. Casali giving away a free kick in a dangerous position here for Innsbruck. Liendl will whip the ball in, and as Casali gets the yellow card. It's Liendl now on the edge of our box. And there's a scramble. What a save from Schmidt. That was insane from the young 17-year-old goalkeeper, showcasing his talent there, taking advantage of Riegler's injury as we look to make our substitutions now. Don't want Casali getting sent off in this game, so I'm going to switch Hofbauer to deep line playmaker and put Makaidi, the loanee, on the wing again. Eric Lang can go in the hole just to see what he can do, and that will be our changes as Pele takes a free kick for Innsbruck. Stefano now putting in Luxbacher. Minviel getting caught out of position again. What is going on? Minviel seems very poor defensively. He's having a pretty poor game at least. Going up to the last 10 minutes, Innsbruck have a corner. It's coming in. Cisse. Oh, fuck off. No way. What? It's Stefano, who's just hit an absolute belter from 30 yards. It was always going to be a game that'd be decided on something like that, something dodgy like that, that would obviously never happen in real life. Look at this, Stefano just gets the ball and decides to twat it, and it goes straight into the top corner. Absolute bullshit. And it looks like we're heading for defeat here, thanks to that absolute wonder strike, which, in all fairness, would deserve to settle any game. But we've drawn a blank in terms of our attack, which is quite worrying. We've lost the game, and Innsbruck look to be steaming away ahead of us now. Them Sturm Graz and Red Bull Salzburg getting a stronghold in the table. And yeah, our game was actually a lunchtime kickoff, so as many as 3 teams could leapfrog us. In fact, none of the teams actually did leapfrog us after that pretty bad defeat. But we're on the same points as both the Vienna clubs, 1 point ahead of Wolfsberger and 2 ahead of Kapfenberger. So that 4th place is by no means secure after that result. It's pretty demoralising, but we've got to pick ourselves up and go again. The next live com, I'm going to go with, let's go with the Rapid Vienna game. That's going to be in 4 games' time. So until then, guys, hopefully we'll pick ourselves up because we've not won in 4 games now. Until the next time, that is going to be it. See you guys later.